Now that you're good your intro. Sorry.
Hello and welcome to Husky Huddle. I am one of your hosts, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me, as always, the coach himself, David Schumann. I've missed you all weekend, so this is just such a treat to get back with you on a show, talking of some Uconn Husky football and whatever else comes to mind. If we're going to Mars or getting frozen, you never know where it's going to go.
You never know. I was going to say, but now I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I was going I had something I wanted to ask you.
I'm getting zapped in the head, and
how you feeling? How you feeling after all the zaps?
We're gonna find out. I got to go for my report. I got to go for my report card to see if it's actually if it's helping, and how many times per week I am going to have to go, and for how long. So that I am not looking forward to.
Right.
Because if it's like I still have to go 3 times a week, I don't want to do that. I'm hoping that I can go once or twice a week, and I'll feel better about myself.
Well, that's the most important thing.
And then the people around me will feel better.
Oh, they will?
Yeah, because I won't be as miserable, and I won't be a prick, So
are you miserable?
Yeah, I'm usually a jerk. Yeah.
Why?
Well, I am currently living with my parents. I currently cannot drive a vehicle, so that is somewhat frustrating. Yeah,
limit your mobility, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been too long. I had that bad accident a year ago, and getting car insurance has been a fiasco. The lowest that we can get is probably $6,000 to $8,000 a year. Oh. So I'm going to have to deal with that. There's a couple courses I can take to try and reduce it. So I'm going to take them and see if it does anything. But it's like, I know I got in 2 accidents in 2023. Was 2023. They were both considered my fault, I guess. Or one of them was, the other wasn't. But that's what dropped my insurance, and yeah. So I have not been the greatest to be around. I get frustrated because I want to go do things, and I have to get rides, and it's just annoying. So
you feel like you're stuck.
Yeah,
in high school.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't lived at home in probably 20 years, so it's been a long year. So I'd like to get out. I got my car. I'm just trying to save up to pay the insurance, so I have it. And then I have the apartment. So it's just saving money for insurance.
Do you now? Are you still working with the guys that you do the show with? Do you work with those guys, or are you working on that? Yeah. Is that like a full-time gig?
What are you talking about with the shows?
Radio show, like you?
No. I was on the other day, and he had expressed to me that I could. He does stuff kind of on the side. He's one of the best hosts in the area. He was kind of like my mentor. I interned with him in college, and like Bethany Hart, I'm trying to help her out because she's opening a new business, and I'm trying to get her to advertise on the podcast, but they hired a digital marketing company that put them in completely the wrong things.
Right.
So Bill, he is going to talk with her. He can cut her pricing down and put her in the right advertising tools that she should be in. So if that works out, then yeah, I mean, he would pay me a commission. It would just be commission based to do that. And if I could make a few bucks with that, and then this works out, then I'll be fine.
Good.
So yeah.
It's a tough adventure.
No, I did it to myself, so I got to dig myself out of it, and it's it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I think I had a talk with former player Ned Von Young. He just opened a business, Fresh Fold Laundry Company in North Carolina. We're going to talk about sponsorship because he just opened on the 18th and he wants to get things rolling. So I helped him out, and we're going to see. I'm going to send him our decks and see what his budget is. And Robert Belcour again emailed me. We gotta meet with him, and then Kevin Bannister. So if we can get a couple of those, and we get started with Uconn, regardless of where it's at, I think that it'll make a difference. I've already gotten people signed up for the C Club just to show that we can get them what they want there. And then it's a matter of Store Central, because football, the money that they're going to need to compete. Are you eating peanut butter out of the jar again?
Yes. It's my favorite thing to do. Is it bad?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I used to do that too. I used to have a jar of peanut butter, a jar of fluff, and a jar of jelly. And I do the peanut butter, the fluff, and the jelly.
Yeah, it keeps me going.
I like the honey creamy
peanut butter. Is great.
Yeah. That's my favorite. And then have you ever heard of Trader Joe's? Is that around you? Okay. So I think I told you this already. The greatest thing on earth is called cookie butter. You have to get that. You will inhale. It's at Trader Joe's, and you will inhale a jar of cookie butter because it puts peanut butter to the shame.
Really?
I can't eat peanut butter anymore because of it. It's my favorite, cookie butter.
Cookie butter.
Yeah. My parents hide it.
So does it taste like the cookie dough?
No, it tastes kind of like gingerbread, but it just is heaven in your mouth, and I love it. And you're supposed to spread it on crackers, and I just do it usually. I just eat with a spoon out of the jar.
Yeah,
because it's amazing. So that would be a huge buy. So if you go to Trader Joe's, you definitely need to get some cookie butter.
I'm gonna go today. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you're gonna go today as soon as we get off.
I get some time when I take my son to. He goes to. I can't take him when he goes to his basketball.
Basketball tonight.
Well, he's got his basketball. Yeah, he has basketball practice, but he has a guy that he goes to on Mondays. Which, but then at 4:00 he usually goes to training. It's just weird. Monday just happens to be a packed day, but
yeah. Monday's always the big day.
There's some days that aren't even anything at all that he has to do, but I guess when he goes to training, maybe I can, because that's like an hour. I have I'm on the other side of town, and that's over by Trader Joe's. So I might drive over there.
Oh, okay.
The other side of town is where all the stuff is, and that's where our area is very resident. There's a little area where we have a Dunkin' Donuts and a pizza and an Acme and those, but where most of the stuff is in my town is 10 minutes away. So and that's where it's training and all that kind of stuff. So that's where all the stores are. So that's what I'll hit Trader Joe's up after. Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can get myself a small.
Yes, you got to get the cookie butter. You got to get the cookie butter, and then you'll thank me.
Yes, thank you. Probably terrible for you, I guess.
No, it's great for you. I was, and the funny part is, I was on Keeler's show Friday for my expertise in the NFL. His name's Bill Keeler. He's got the top morning show in the area.
Got it.
And my predictions were dead wrong. So I lost on both of them. I picked Buffalo. I said it was Buffalo's year. And I thought the Commanders were going to roll through the Eagles.
And it was.
And I wasn't even close.
The Eagles rolled the Commanders. They rolled them.
I didn't see that because their passing game had been so pedestrian, and I understand the running game, but Jalen Hurts was much better. He at least threw the ball 26 times or 28 times before he was throwing like 15 to 20. And 246 with a touchdown, and then it's still Saquon Barkley's FU season. 15 carries, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Crazy.
And then AJ Brown put the book down. He wasn't reading. He had 6 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me to see that the Philadelphia frickin' Eagles. And you want to know what? I feel worse for Jason Kelce, because I really did like Jason Kelce, and he retired and isn't getting an opportunity to go back to the Super Bowl this year. And he's a good guy. Yeah, but Travis Kelce's brother. I feel bad for that.
They would played against each other again, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, he played, 15 years and he retired, and he was still playing at a high level, but in his mind, he wasn't playing at his highest level possible. So he firmly believed that he was doing a disservice to his team by continuing to play and retired. And I feel bad for that. And then, Kansas City all year, I never was sold on them. I never thought that,
because they're the best team until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, no, I agree. But they weren't winning games sexy and with style. It just seemed like they were eking them out. And they are. The
refs helped them, dude. The refs helped them.
Yes.
Like no other team that I have ever seen, dude.
Yeah, that's why I think that Roger Goodell got on the bat phone and said, "This is what I want." So I thought that was kind of funny.
Why does he want the KC to win so much?
Probably ratings. He doesn't think the Bills will draw nationally with ratings. In Kansas City has and will. And the Eagles, they played an incredible game.
Yeah.
Last year or 2 years ago. So, why not run it back? But the most interesting news that I heard was Thunder Dan. My quarterback, Thunder Dan, Dan Orlovsky, could be leaving ESPN for a coaching job.
What?
For an NFL coaching job? Yeah. Orlovsky, no, not a head coach. He expressed interest in the Green Bay Packers quarterbacks coach opening during an exchange on the social media platform X. He posted that it would be an honor in response to another post that the job is open. So, and I think Thunder Dan would be a very good coach. I guess Tom Clements, the previous Packers QB coach, is set to retire, and Matt LaFleur tends to hire offensive coaches whom he's had previous relationships with, and he's well acquainted with Orlovsky. Thunder Dan played under LaFleur when they were both with the Houston Texans and Los Angeles Rams in 2017.
Got it.
And he's mentioned coaching before in the past. He's had discussions with Carolina in Indianapolis for an offensive coaching role, but it just never came to fruition. So it'd be interesting to see that happen, and it'd be even more interesting to see, like, Uconn has an opening too, I believe.
Okay.
And I'd love to see him end up there
as a quarterback coach,
as anything, as an analyst, as whatever. I mean,
you kind of have an opening for quarterback coach.
I think the quarterback coach left. Yes. But he is, if you want to talk about developing Nick Evers, I think, he would be the guy with the skill set and ability to do so.
Does he want to do that stuff?
That's the thing. I never thought he did. I thought he was happy with ESPN. I thought he was happy with, he's a top analyst there. I didn't believe he had any desire to become a coach. But I think he'd do very well at it. I think he's got a brilliant mind for it. He's a born leader, and I think he would get any quarterback better. I mean, he would improve them. So if he gets an opportunity, great. I think he should take it. 100%. Oh, there goes the yawn.
Oh,
here comes the yawn again.
Orlovsky is exciting. No,
yeah, no. Listen, I love Dan. I love Dan. I feel bad about the circumstances, the way things have happened, where he's kind of distanced himself from Uconn and some of his friends. And, he didn't go up for the Motor City Bowl win when they honored the team, and good old Tyler King got to ring the bell. He didn't go up on Captain's Day when they honored the captains. So it's just sad to see that he has kind of broken away from the Uconn family when he is the one who, I mean, we wouldn't be here today without him. I mean, he built it.
Right.
His success, his contributions are why the program took off in 2002, 2003, 2004. It's just as simple as that. Without him, and I go back to what I had told you. We had a junior college quarterback who was phenomenal, and I was best friends with him, Ryan Tracy, who's having a great year, devastating knee injury, ACL. Comes back and quits the team in August during training camp. He just felt that the training staff was pushing him a little too hard, and I didn't think he really wanted to be there. Right. It was a tough transition coming, but had Dan redshirted that year and played under Tracy and got to learn under the learning tree of Ryan Tracy, 5 years of Dan Orlovsky would have been even better. So that's what always, I think about, is if he got that fifth year and he didn't, and he ended up, I thought it was high for him or low for him being a 5th round pick. But now it's the Steve Cully show on Husky Huddle, so it's time to have some fun. It's Blumpkins and Cleveland. Yeah, okay, he's back. But yeah, I thought he got drafted kind of low.
Yeah,
being a 5th round pick, I thought he deserved to be picked higher.
Right.
I really believed that he could have been an NFL starter. The opportunities when he did get the start, he didn't perform terribly. He didn't have a lot around him. Everyone points to the 0-16 season when he ran out of the back of the end zone. That could have happened to anyone. I mean, anyone could have done that.
Yes, so that's how my son knows him.
Yeah, that's how everyone knows him.
He's an analyst for ESPN. He said, he ran out of the back of the end zone.
He ran out of the back of the end zone. What does he know? Yeah. No, Dan was
greatest
perfect.
Quarterback in Uconn history. He goes, he is? He ran out of the back of the end zone. I'm like,
ran out of the back of the end zone.
As I explained to my son, when he was in college, before he ran out the back of the end zone, he was the best
before he ran out the back of the end zone. No, that's funny. That's funny that you have to say that to him.
I have to explain it to him.
But you got to understand, he had a 15-year career. He played forever.
Oh yeah.
So he was he was a good teammate. He was a good guy, locker room guy. Yeah. He backed up for Peyton Manning. I mean, he did so many great things. I just wish he had an opportunity with the talent around him, and I think he would have had more success.
His stats at Uconn were great.
His stats at Uconn were great. 2002, 2003, they dipped a little bit in 2004, but they were in Big East play, and we had lost some players. But yeah, I mean, he could make any throw on the field. He had leadership qualities that nobody else had. And I really thought that made the difference. That
season was crazy.
His 2003 season was unbelievable. Yes.
He threw for those completion percentage was never mega high.
No, he was always, I think he was 60 and under, right?
Yeah, well, that year he was under 60. But he threw for 3,485 yards, 33 touchdowns.
Correct. Yep. And he threw 19 touchdowns in 2002, but he played really well the back half of the season, the last 6 games, and when we had our 4-game winning streak. But yeah, I mean, it's in 2002, his passing yards still rank 4th in single season record history. And then as a junior, he just tore it up.
Senior, he still threw for 3,300 yards.
Yeah, no, his senior year, it was just his turnovers. He had 15 interceptions.
Oh, he did.
23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
Yeah.
But he did have a 63% completion percentage. And he holds the school record for completions, attempts, yards, touchdown passes,
everything,
interceptions, total plays, and total yards.
I'm curious. Let me see if I can pull it up. You ever go to this site?
Pro Football Reference or whatever.
Yeah, Sports Reference.
Yeah,
no, it's amazing, dude. How do they get all the data like that?
Yeah, they get everything. They get absolutely everything.
They get everything. Like, where do they get all this stuff from?
Well, stats are there. Stats are charted every year. So
let's look at UConn's passing. All right. So here's the.
It's Dan. It's Shane and DeGennaro, or Chandler Whitmer, I think.
In yards all time, it's they don't. I see. They don't have FCS. I see. Oh,
not on the UConn website, but I've seen the stats.
Yeah, but they don't. No, they don't put you. On Sports Reference, they don't have the.
Right. Yes, they don't. They don't go back that far. Correct. Yes, but
Right.
I have seen the stats. The only guy that's higher is Chandler. Chandler Whitmer's up there for several things. But otherwise, it's Dan,
Chandler
Shane.
River was one of the stars at my showcases back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a coach now.
He's coach. Yeah. Yep.
And I couldn't believe this that Belichick is hiring Bob Diaco.
That's DC.
I believe so. That one shocked me. I'm trying to read. Oh no, linebackers coach.
Oh, linebacker. Okay.
Yeah, linebackers coach, and he led the Huskies to a bowl game in 2015, where we lost to Marshall 16-10. And then 2016, we were 3-9, and he was fired in December and replaced by Randy.
Oof.
He struggled. He was the defensive coordinator for Nebraska and Louisiana Tech, and then he was at Purdue in 2020. He was the D-line coach most recently for the New Jersey Generals of the USFL for 2 seasons. And then he became an analyst at LSU in 2023. So that's an interesting path.
Well, he was at the top of his game when he went to Uconn. That was the beginning of.
I still thought that was a bad hire. I wasn't high on him.
Yeah,
they just got smoked by Alabama.
Yeah,
in the national championship game, and they hired him. So it's like, why? I mean, and then the biggest misstep I thought was Coach P. They bring in Pasqualoni.
Yeah.
After Randy, and Pasqualoni had been in the NFL, various defensive linebackers, defensive line jobs, and whatnot. So I didn't think that was a great hire. I thought they should have gone with somebody younger. And that's kind of what started the ball rolling that set us back. And then we joined the AAC. The Big East was no more. So it's going to be interesting to see how we end up doing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So 11 games are announced right now. So I hope that BC game is true. That would be great for us, because I think we can compete with them, because we're going to beat Central Connecticut State. We're going to beat Delaware, and Syracuse is sandwiched in between at Syracuse, which I'll be able to go to. Depending on the quarterback at Syracuse, I think we can beat them. Ball State, Buffalo, FIU, we can beat them. But I do think Joe D is absolutely right about his point when he had said that if we don't bring in some top tier opponents at home, we're never going to build a home crowd.
Right.
And that's no more apparent than this year, when, let's see, who would be our top? The top home opponent that's coming in would probably be Duke.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's really not what you wanted. I mean, I get that you got Syracuse. Syracuse has played here many times. Why couldn't you get a deal with Syracuse to come play at the Ren? That would have been a boost. That would have been good for attendance. God, and it still lists Joe Figiano on the roster. Maybe it is true.
Does it really?
I've looked at 2 sites and he's still on the roster, but I'm trying to see if Darrell Robinson is. See, they took Darrell Robinson off. I don't know how Joe, or maybe he got a redshirt year. Was it 20?
I haven't seen the information on that.
2023, because he was named Comeback Player of the Year this year. So maybe his injury in 2023 gave him a medical red shirt, because they've been very very loose about giving those out. You got to play 4 games or so many snaps. I can't remember if it's a percentage or whatnot, but I'm just double checking to see his numbers. But yeah, I mean, he's still listed, and wow. And he's still listed on the depth chart too. So I'm gonna have to.
Maybe they don't change it till spring.
Yeah, but then why did they removed? They removed Darrell Robinson. They removed the other receiver, not Skylar Bell, Sheffield, because he transferred. TJ Sheffield. They removed those 2. Defensively, let me see the graduates. Yeah, they removed the graduates on defense. Jaden McDonald, Jelani Stafford were all removed. So, wow. I'm gonna text Mike live on air.
Those other guys were they all removed because they transferred?
Well, no, Jaden McDonald and Jelani Stafford went into the NFL draft.
Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, but TJ Sheffield transferred. Darrell Robinson transferred. Joe Figiano graduated. Jaden McDonald graduated. Stafford graduated. And they were removed from the roster. So why is Jolton Joe still listed on the roster? That's just interesting to me. And that would be huge, because now you really have a decision to make. Now you have a real decision to make. Do you work with Evers? Do you put all your eggs with Evers? Do you give Evers another shot at the starting job? Or do you tell Joe, hey, we're confident with you. We won 9 games with you. You're our guy. Hey, do you guys, do you read chat? Yeah, I read chat. Farhan Chops. I read chat. And Aiden 2X Live. Hi, Aiden. Aiden, I'm a 3X. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Aiden? And where's Chris D, Ben? Where's Chris D? I demand Chris D.
Why do you think Chris D has disappeared?
I don't know. Why are you eating it from a jar of peanut butter?
Who is Chris D?
What are you eating with? That's not a spoon.
Yeah, I have another A different scooper.
What the hell is that? Oh, you're so gross. What is that? It's a piece of plastic. What the hell? You know what? I could smoke the whole show, and it would be better than you eating peanut butter with a plastic scooper. You know that?
That's true. It's probably right.
I don't know what that is. But it's interesting to see that Joe is still listed on the roster, and all the other guys who graduated are not. So, wow. Now he's listed. He's listed as a senior.
Okay.
So maybe he does have another year of eligibility. The seniors are for running back are Victor Rosa and Mel Brown. Hansen and the German is a tight end. And the receivers, Skylar Bell and Josiah Gathings are seniors. Shamar Porter is a sophomore. Wow, there isn't much. I mean, there's no juniors. How does that happen? There's not one junior in the class for receivers. There's no juniors for tight ends. I guess because everyone must have transferred.
Crazy.
But wow. And then it was it listed the transfers coming in. The guy that really is something to look at, I really think, is that MJ Flowers, the running back from Cincinnati, because he is a big, bruising running back. 6'1", 220. You don't see that size anymore at running back. You know,
No.
you always see these smaller scat back guys. So that'll be good. Trent Jones. Now I'm just curious. I played with a Trent Jones, and this is Trent Jones the second. He's 6'3", 285. I don't think it could be Trent Jones's brother, but I'm going to ask him just out of the curiosity of my heart. So it's 1, 2. God, Dave. When I coached one season at Division III at Utica University.
Yep.
And it drove me up a wall because we had literally 160 kids on the team.
Right.
We had the upperclassmen, and then he literally brought in 80 freshmen.
Whoa.
And that's how they do it. And they want him to bring in more because they're all full pay kids.
Paying customers, yeah.
Yeah, they're all full pay. So they'll let him bring in whoever he wants. So I remember, I was coaching outside linebackers, and at most I'd have 2 on the field at once. But because I was such a good coach and because I had such great players, we had packages for 3 occasionally at a time. But I had 11 guys in my position.
Wow.
Why are you yawning? Why are you so bored?
I always get tired around lunchtime.
You get tired around lunchtime?
Yeah.
So do you get up and like make your kid breakfast and get them all packed for school and get them on the bus?
No.
Oh, you don't do that. Okay.
Most of the time, no. She does it most of the time. But I get up. I go get my coffee. I go for a walk.
Yep.
And
even in the cold.
Yep.
You go for your coffee. You go for a walk, and you just get ready for your day.
Yep.
I got you. Okay. I was just checking.
Yeah, almost every day. basically.
I was just checking. But the really good thing is Uconn so far, knock on wood, being able to hold on to Coach Brock, the defensive coordinator, and Coach Ozempic, Gordon Sampson on offense, the offensive coordinator. So I think that's huge for them to keep both coordinators intact. And again, the schedule is so favorable. That's exactly what they need. But I mean, I hope that talks pick up after the basketball season.
Right.
At least about joining a conference.
Well,
because that has to be on the agenda. That has to be something, we got to hire lobbyists or something to do this, to get into a conference. And I know they, some had mentioned the Pac-12.
Whoa.
I think that. Well, what?
I didn't realize UConn lost to Xavier. Basketball.
Oh, we had a rough weekend.
And then what, the women lose too?
No, the women did not lose. The women beat Creighton.
Oh yeah, it's still Creighton. They killed Nova before
that. Yeah. But, no, the men have been struggling, and it's all because Liam McNeely's been out.
He's still out.
Yeah. But they weren't.
They're going to be national contenders.
Well, it's putting a lot more stress on them offensively without him, and Mahaney not producing like they had hoped has been a detriment. Sampson, Johnson, and Terrace Reed are what they are, but they're not offensive juggernauts. Solo Ball, he's not.
Solo Ball.
I love Solo Ball, but he's not someone who can. There's only a certain amount of guys who can put you on their back and say, "I got this.
Right.
I'm going to take you to the promised land." And right now, they don't really have that. They don't really. Caravan isn't the guy to do that. Like you said, he's a number 2.
Is Diarra a good enough point guard to be able to facilitate?
Joe D did not want Diarra.
I remember that.
Playing the point. He did not think Diarra. Yeah, he did not like Diarra is the point. He, the hope was Mahaney to step up and to be the point, but as Joe said on many occasions, the guy was a number 2 at St. Mary's. You can't take a number 2 and make him a point guard. It's like, trying to make an offensive tackle a center. Sometimes it doesn't work. It never works that way. So I think that's part of the reason they're struggling. But I also think Joe's point was very valid when he said Hurley came right out and predicted a three-peat, which put a target on their back, which my response was, every team in the country now is going to play them like it's the Super Bowl, like it's a national championship game. Yeah.
Early post game.
And that's a tough environment to handle when every team you're getting their best. Now, the women have been used to that year in and year out because that's how it's always been. But the men, the defending 2-time national champions, to have that in a weak Big East conference. Like, Dave, imagine if they were in the SEC. Imagine if they were in the Big 12 and had to play that level of competition.
They might be losing half
they'd be a train wreck. So losing to Xavier, wow. And then, who knows? Butler, anything. I still want to know what that device is you're eating off of. I'd like to get one.
You'll never know.
I think I do know. I think it's a plastic fork, but it's missing the middle spoke.
No.
It's not? Okay. Can you give me a hint of what it's used for normally? Is it used for consumption?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a pen or something.
No, but you're guessing in the right path.
Yeah. Well, I've done that before. I mean, I don't
know where I usually have my spoon here.
Someone took your spoon. I bet your dog took it.
Oh, you know what he did? Because the peanut butter probably
dogs love peanut butter.
Oh, they love it. And they're smacking their lips like.
Yeah. Dogs love it. Dogs love it. So did you have you signed up for Store Central? You got to sign up for Store Central. You get all the top news and content.
Can't I just go online and get that?
Well, sometimes.
Let me see here. Store Central membership benefits. All right. Well, who will be? Xavier falls to Uconn falls to Xavier. The article's up for free. Because I can see the stat ball scored 20 points.
Oh, okay.
Mahaney had 14 in that game.
Who had 14? Mahaney. Oh, wow.
Johnson had 12. Caravan only had 9.
That I didn't know. Okay.
Green only had 3. Stewart had 0.
Stewart has been, in my word, an enigma all year. Joe really likes Stewart, but he also thought Ahmad Noel should have played a little bit more. But Stewart has not come around, and that has hurt them. Like, nobody has picked up the slack from losing McNeely.
Well, that Ball scored 20.
Oh, good. That's good for him. Was he in foul?
20 and 11 rebounds.
Was he in foul trouble?
Nope. 1%.
Oh, that's good.
Caravan fouled out.
Wow, man, what is going on with him?
1 for 6 shooting wise.
What is going on with him?
Reed had 4 fouls. Ross had 4 fouls.
Geez, and maybe Hurley's right. I know he complains about the refs and the whistles, but maybe he's right. Maybe he is right. Joe's right.
He complains too much.
Well, yeah, because they're getting calls left and right, and if you look, I looked at Caravan the last few games. As far as shooting free throws, he barely gets to the line. He's shooting 2 and 4 free throws a game. Someone like him should be living at the line.
Right.
But offensively, like, I don't know as much about his game. Is he someone who drives often and takes it to the hoop, or is he more of a mid-range shooter like Page?
Who's that?
Caravan.
3-point shooter.
Oh, he's an outside. That's where he lives. Okay, so he's not someone.
But he could shoot in the lane. He could do shot. He could score.
But does he attack? Does he drive and attack?
He kind of does a little bit here and there. Yeah.
Solo Ball attacks the lane more than Caravan does.
Solo Ball can do anything.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Right.
$9.99 to be a premium subscriber.
Yeah, I'm a premium subscriber, but they have other levels. But that's what I had talked to Mike Burton about. Like, if they really wanted to increase membership, adding our content on there would behoove them tremendously, I believe.
Yeah,
because they don't have that. They provide interviews and whatnot, but again, like if you want to donate to Store Central, you can Venmo at Husky Huddle. Okay. And your donation will go directly to Uconn football and Store Central. You can have a message read on the air by whoever you want and attack whoever you want. So do that. And I talked to Mike Burton. If you donate $50 or more to Store Central, you can have an autograph picture of Mel Brown or Cam Newton sent to you. So how about that? Is that incentive or what? No.
Oh, okay.
The running back, Mel Brown. He's one of their best running backs. Cam Edwards, the best running back. So you'll get a signed autograph if you donate to Store Central. And I want to prove that this will work because I think we need to help raise more money, and that is one way to do it. And God, if you yawn one more fucking time, why are you yawning? Why am I boring you?
You're boring the shit out of me. No, I'm kidding.
Do I have to like bukkake? Like what has to go on for you to stop yawning?
You got a soothing voice. It might be that.
I don't have a soothing voice. I scream and yell and rant. I don't have a soothing voice.
Well,
I don't have a soothing voice.
I'm cruising Store Central.
Yeah.
And I guess what you sign up for is for the forum, I guess.
Yeah, everyone.
The boneyard.
Everyone goes on the boneyard and complains. That's how I got in trouble.
Are you on the boneyard anymore?
No, I got in trouble for the locked on comment because they posted it on the boneyard and then it went viral on Twitter. So yeah, that's how it started. So whoever watched the show decided to cut me up talking about the locked on my balls comment. And Mark Zanetto was he was awesome, and he was very happy to come on our show. And I noticed he invited Joe D and Maria on. You and I were not invited.
Yes, they didn't invite us. Why is that?
Well, because we're not important. We're not superstars. Joe D's obviously a media legend.
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. There's all kinds of. Hold on. We're all over the boneyard. I'm on the boneyard.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
I went on the boneyard. I didn't see anything.
All right, I'm going to read you. So there's a thread about key tweets, and it's all gone to hell. Okay. And it says, let's see. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to read it to you. They're talking about Zanetti torpedoing our chances of getting into a conference. And then it goes out to okay, then it's like
yeah, because they said Zanetti reported the Big 12 thing.
Whoever Noe Knox is, he goes at the 18-minute mark. They discussed that our Husky Huddle. They discussed Zanetto leaking it, and then Zanetto is then Mike in Manila writes, Zanetto is the worst Uconn podcaster. He mostly spouts opinions. Why he is part of Locked On franchise is a mystery. He is a net negative for the Uconn sports community. And then it says, interesting that Cully said that Mike Burton had leaked to him. This is what you had apologized for, correct?
No, I had apologized for ripping Jared.
I had leaked to him, but Cully to sit on it. Multiple leaks, or did Burton leak to multiple podcasters?
No. I have a relationship with Mike Burton. Mike Burton's my best friend. Tell them that.
Yes. He also took crap all over Jared, a prominent guy at Uconn.
Yeah, prominent.
A prominent guy at Uconn think he's a douche. No, this is what you said about Jared.
Yeah.
A prominent guy at Uconn thinks he's a douche. Cully is tough to listen to. He sounds like he's bored listening to himself.
Who said that?
CL82. Actually, you know what the most interesting thing is about it is when we read the tweets. It said, "Oh my God." Dan Uconn says, "Oh my God, Dave Schumann on a podcast. He lived on my floor in McMahon." I wonder who that is. Dan Uconn.
What was this under Uconn football?
This is under. I'll go up to the top. This is in the Boneyard. Key tweets, and it's all gone to hell. That's the name.
Okay. The Boneyard.
Oh, I gotta keep reading. These are great.
But is it under?
Hilarious. They're hilarious. Yeah,
it's got to be under Uconn football.
Well, this guy, Uconn Dan, said, "Oh my God, Dave Schumann on a podcast. He lived on my floor." And then it said, "Wow, he's really." So Uconn Dan said, well, "He lived on. I lived on his floor. He lived on my floor." I'm trying to think of who it is. Wow, he really dragging Jared. This is about you. Really dragging Jared, and based on what Uconn people are saying, but said Mike Burton values him, so at least that's good. Yeah. Then oh my God, Dave Schumann on my floor. They comment. They said he's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And then Noe Knox says, if you're not about you. He said, if you're not a diehard, it's a tough listen. Cully meanders all over. Dude, these guys are mean to you. They're mean. Cully
I meander these nuts. How about that?
Cully meanders, but he is good. He is good for one laugh out loud moment every episode. Last week he called former Yale coach Jack
Zalecki
an annoying bald bleep. But they coached together. He had me in stitches.
He was. I had to do all his work.
Yes, that was one of the funniest things ever. I had to have you wrong. Then this guy Noe Knox watches our stuff. Noe Knox said, "Is Jared annoying to anyone here?" Thought so. I guess about Jared. Then CL82 said, "For a second, I thought you were saying Jared Evermiss. I think it's great. I'm thinking that's great since he was one of us." Meaning, talking about me having 1 million subscribers. So
your platform blows Locked On away. That's all I was trying to say. No, and I would love to have
it goes on, dude. It goes on and on. These three guys will know each other, I guess. One guy knows me because he was on my floor. I'm just trying to think who Dan. I remember, Dan's such a common name. I'm trying to think of who it was. Then it says about you. It says painful. The first minute was like watching two guys play a drinking game. Not sure what the attraction is.
Not sure what the attraction is. I'm the attraction.
Oh, and then it says Coach Schumann does a lot of coaching breakdowns. I think he gets a lot of followers from that. And then let's see. Then they go on to Cashew Crew says, I don't know who that is. He says, "I can't explain it, but I find the whole episode very entertaining about us."
It is very entertaining. I have a high entertainment value.
Yeah, although it's hilarious that I'm yawning and they're talking about how. All right, then they start going to an ACC discussion off the topic. All right, but let's see if there's any others. Let's see if we're on any other any stuff on the Boneyard. The Boneyard. You know how I found it? I typed in Cully. Let's see if there's a. See, oh, okay. Then they have a thing about you guys being the top line, like you were. Let's see. They're talking about the best O lines at Uconn, and the line in 2002 with one of some of the. It's like a thread.
It was. We were one of the best. Terry Cawley was the leading freshman rusher in the nation. He outrushed Maurice Claret.
Wow.
And he played in 2 less games.
The line when you were in 2002, when you guys were 6-6, Krug was a left tackle, Markowski.
Correct. Yep.
Irwin was center.
Yep.
Preston was
guard.
And then you were the right.
Yeah, I was the right tackle.
Right
yep.
Tackle. Yeah. 6'4", 304.
It is 306, but yeah.
And Preston was big too, huh?
Yeah, but Preston wasn't a big weight room guy.
Oh, right. Okay. So he couldn't really push guys off the ball the same way.
Yeah, correct. The guy that should have started was Leandre Dupree, unfortunately.
Let's see if I'm listing any other time. Schumann, just the podcast and breakdowns. Dave Schumann on Pro Day. Oh, when I represented Pindle, they talked about what I reported. Let's see, Pindle. What did I say here? This is back in.
Yeah.
This was 2019 when I represented Pindle. Let's see. Pindle ran 4.54 in the 40 on his pro day, 10 feet broad jump, 6.80 3 cone. That's pretty damn good.
No, he's doing great over in Japan.
Yep. Let's see if there's any other stuff on Schumann. Oh, here we go. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Okay. Uconn Dan, who obviously lives on my floor. What is this? Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a bunch of kids at campus. I'm guessing the schools. I'm pretty sure this camp is run by. Oh, it's a camp I ran or something. No, that wasn't a camp. They thought it was. Yeah, National Underclassmen Combine group that Legault. Oh, Legault. Yeah, when Legault went to, I think he transferred out, but he went to. He played it. He went my All-Star game. I said, pretty sure his camp is run by Uconn Husky Dave Schumann. He lived with Shane Stafford on my floor in McMahon back in 1996. He was a pretty smart dude. Looks like it paid off for him. I get some good press. And then
you do.
Husky Medic wrote, yup, he was a starting linebacker for Skip Holtz. And so it's let's see. So 96, Dan was on my floor with Shane. Shane was only there for 6 months because he had something that happened, got in trouble. So let me think. But then Shane was my roommate again. He was my roommate again when we were off campus. So let me think about this. 1996 was I was a 5th-year senior. Who? Uconn Dan was on my floor. I wish I knew who that is. Let me see if it has his name. Uconn Dan was on my floor. Oh, it's so funny because I bet you if I heard his name, I would know who it is, But it's so long ago. I guess once you start to get like, your brain when you're in it, like at the time, you're not like, oh wow, they got stuff going back to when I was doing my original NUC sports stuff, and has they list all the top showcases and stuff these guys list. This Boneyard goes back a long time. Holy
right.
cow. Anyway,
right.
So that's the Boneyard. The Boneyard's still there. It's still a chat thing, basically, I guess.
Yeah, it just got moved over to Store Central.
It's over at Store Central. Let's see if I can get on Store Central. And I'm a member of Store Central, but I'm not a paid member. Are you a paid member?
Yes.
So you must be able to see if you're on the board there. No?
No.
You're not able to see, so you're not a paid member then.
It says that my account is rejected.
They rejected your account at Store.
Yeah, I think Jared must have thrown me off.
So, wait a minute. So did you just try to log in right now?
Yeah.
And you're because I'm a free member, I'm not a paid member. So they and you were a paid member.
Yeah.
Do we need to take this up with Big Mike?
No, that's fine.
So you're rejected. How could you be rejected as a paying member?
It says I'm rejected.
You're rejected? I have to get to the bottom of that. I am a member. Yeah, I guess the big guns brought down the hammer on you. Huh?
Yeah, they must have.
Rejected. I don't even know how you can be rejected if you're a paying member.
I got charged. Yeah.
You got charged?
Yeah, I got charged for it.
You want me to go on there? Want me to be a paid member and see what I can find? Aren't you sending people to the Store Central?
Oh, yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, I think we should bring that up. We should bring that up so you're not rejected. You know.
Right. Well,
I don't know if any who run. So does Mike actually run? That's his.
That's his. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Jared does. Yeah.
So he just went in there and just clicked the reject.
I guess so.
But you apologize. I mean, I mean, let me see what the Christ says about forgiving. Hold on. Let's see what Christ says about forgiving. Okay, you ready? We'll take you to church here real quick. So in the Bible, Jesus says people must forgive others in order to be forgiven by God. He also taught people should be kind and compassionate to one another. I have to work on that myself at times. All right, forgiveness in the Bible, Matthew 6:14-15. If you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. That's a good one. You know what I mean? I'll give another good one. Luke 17:3-4. If your brother sins, rebuke him. If he repents, forgive him. If he sins against you 7 times in a day and turns to you 7 times saying, I repent, you must forgive him. Those are pretty big statements from Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I think this is my message out to our Uconn brethren. My man Steve Cully has he went on here, and which I would have never done, but I give him tremendous credit for. He deserves tremendous credit for going in and apologizing when he did something wrong. And I have to say, like, he's a bigger man than I. Like, if I believe something or double, I probably would just hold my ground. Dude, he went in there and let bygones be bygones and ask for forgiveness. So I think we should forgive him and get him back to Store Central, so he can then pay $9.99 because since he's giving money anyway.
I'm doing the best I can.
He's doing the best he can. So let's get him back on there, Store Central, because let's remember, folks. Coach Schumann is very, very kind. He follows his Jesus Christ ways, but he does have 1.1 million subscribers who he can spread news to very, very, very quickly. So I will leave that on Husky Huddle. I never use my platform in that direction. But
no, you don't.
I continue to use my platform in a positive direction. But I do have 1.14 million subscribers.
Yes, we're going to get to 1.2.
And anytime I put a short out that let's not forget the long form is great, and we do a nice job with that. But if I put a short form out on anything and I put that green screen behind it, let's always hope it's positive. Because if I go in a different direction, it will get thousands and thousands and thousands.
Yes.
Yes. So we always want to take care of our hosts, and Steve Cully is one of our guys. So we got his back, and let's keep enjoying everything and get him back on Store Central. That'll be great because maybe he wants to start a thread. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to someone on Store Central, Uconn Dan, my man. I wish I knew who Uconn Dan was, but he lived on my floor in 1996 with me and Shane. By the way, one of the greatest years of my life was 1996. Phenomenal year on down there in McMahon. I did live in McMahon for 5 whole years. 5 very, very, very enjoyable years. I will remember, in the words of Doug Harkins, when I was a freshman, he said to me when he lived 2 doors down, he was starting linebacker at UConn back in the day, and he said he was a great linebacker. How he played with Belcourt and Kaz, and he was a hammer. And he said to me, he's like, I'm a 5th-year senior, but he's like, believe me, the 5th year will come fast for you, faster than you possibly can imagine. I said, oh, okay, and it happened fast. So, anyway. You there, Steve? Did I put you?
I am here. I'm here. I am here. Yes.
They put you to sleep?
No, I don't go to sleep.
That's amazing that you never get tired on a podcast.
No, I love podcasting. I podcast all night. That's why we get to do Moneyline tonight, Rebel Republic tonight.
How many yawns do you think I have on Rebel Republic?
Moneyline
to get through, no problem. The first one.
Rebel Republic. You're gonna ask for the question to be re-asked several times. Probably over under 20 yawns.
20 yawns.
Can you start at 8:00 or do you have to start at 8:30?
Today, I have practice tonight. Let me see what time.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. I'm sure by this afternoon you'll be back on Store Central.
I'm sure I won't.
You're sure you won't be?
No.
Why? Well, I don't understand.
I don't either. I was on and then I wasn't.
I don't get done until 8:45, so I won't be available till 9. I don't know if I'll be
okay,
on.
That's fine. That's fine. Frank usually likes to go later.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, so we're at a different place than we normally practice.
Yeah. Well, that'll be perfect.
It sounds good to me. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So I don't know if you want to give the outro, but this was an interesting Husky Huddle.
Very interesting. Very interesting. A lot of promising things happening. A lot of promising things happening for the Uconn hoops teams. They have to get back on the winning track. Hopefully we get Liam McNeely back. Joe Figliano may have another year of eligibility, and we'll see where things go. But for the coach, Dave Schumann, I am Steve Cully. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and throw them back at life.